Desire more things and you will do less. Desire less things and you will do more. Guys, one of the biggest mistakes I personally made in my life, and maybe many of you have made in your life, and even people I know have made in their lives, is we care too much about things that don't matter. We desire too much. And because we desire too much, we actually end up doing a lot less. We go a lot slower than how fast we really want to go. So let me explain what I mean by this. So let's take two people walking on a sidewalk. So one person, every few steps, they have to stop and then look to their left. And then another few steps, they have to stop and look to their right, right? While the other person who's on the sidewalk, they are just facing forward, looking straight, and just walking. They don't have to stop, look left or right at any point in time, right? So think about these people walking, let's say like 100 yards, right? So who do you think is gonna get to the end of the 100 yards faster? Obviously the guy who is just looking straight and not having to stop, because this other guy has to stop, look left, stop, look right, and then keep on doing this, right? And maybe at the beginning they were close to each other, but over time, the distance between them was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because while this person had to stop, the other person had to keep going. Obviously, y'all ain't children, y'all get the fucking point out of this. The point is, a mistake that we make is we are focusing on things that don't matter. You see, your success is ultimately what matters to you, right? Because if I told you, or if I give the example, would you want to smoke, drink, party, binge watch Netflix for the next 15 years and you don't get your success? Or would you rather barely or never do those things and then get your success at the end of 15 years? Which one are you gonna choose? Obviously the success. So what does this mean? If you want to guarantee your success, you would want to do more, right? So if you desire to not try to juggle drinking, alcohol, partying, social life, quote unquote, social life, binge watching Netflix, with you also trying to grind, exercise, go to the gym, read books, learn knowledge about whatever you want to do in your life, right? If you don't have to juggle all of these things and you just pick to do what matters for the success that you want, you're gonna get way further. Rather than you trying to juggle everything, like I was saying, desiring to do more, and because of that, you do a lot less. When it comes to your success, you go a lot, you don't go as far and you don't go as fast. So ultimately, the thing really comes down is, what are you willing to give up? And it's not even just what are you willing to give up, it's you need to identify what actually matters to you. What matters? What matters to you? What doesn't matter? You can even go pause this video and write this down right now. Go to your notes app or whatever. Write down in terms of your success and even thinking about your overall life. This might take long. This might actually take a while, but you don't have to do it now, but I suggest you do it now because you should be an actionable person and act on new information quickly. So you should have what matters to me, or what matters, and what does not matter that's currently in my life, right? And all the things that don't matter in your life, stop doing them. And then all the things that do matter in your life, start doing those things more. Because what you're gonna see is, when you get rid of all these things that don't matter, now you have all this time to allocate to the things that do. And because you're allocating all your time to the things that actually matter, you're like the guy on the sidewalk with his head facing forward, doesn't have to stop, and just keeps on going till he gets to where he wants to go. Instead of being like fucking everybody else, where everyone is stopping every 2 seconds to look left and right, which is ultimately wasting their time. Why? Because they're doing shit that doesn't matter. As I gave you the example earlier, if you could do all this bullshit that doesn't matter and not become successful, you wouldn't want to do it like that. You would be more than happy to not do the things that don't lead to your success. Why? Because ultimately the success is what matters to you. So guys, you need to make sure your focus is not spread thin. Another side note I even want to add to this is, as a human being, your energy is finite in a day. You only have so much energy to allocate to different things. And if you are doing all this shit that doesn't matter, you are taking away energy you could be using in a day to work on the shit that actually matters, to work on the shit that is going to get you to where you want to go. Right? Because it's funny, even the way the human brain even works. The human brain works in a way where you can only focus on one thing at a time. You literally can only focus on one thing at a time. Like if I put my finger up and I put this finger up, I cannot look at both fingers at the same time. I can only look at one, then stop, refocus, right? But you don't want to, where the time is actually wasted is in the refocus time, because you have to refocus, instead of just looking and looking, right? So it's even like your biology is telling you, do one thing at a time, please, because I can't fucking process all these other things. I might think I am, but you're really fucking not. You're not being efficient at all. So yeah, anyway, guys, just make sure that if you desire more things, you will do less. If you desire less, you will do more. Focus only on what matters and not what doesn't. And I guarantee over a long enough time horizon, you will 100% become successful.